Hey guys, Rodney Miller with Hard Money Partner. I want to talk to you today about your different options in real estate investing. If you're a new investor trying to break into the business, trying to figure out which direction you want to take, or if you're a seasoned investor, but you're kind of burned out with what you're doing, or maybe are not liking what you're doing, you want to make a transition. I've kind of done everything in this field. I'm going to name a list of different ways to invest in real estate, and I've done all but one, and I'll tell you which one that is. So, of course, the first way to invest in real estate is the fix and flip model, where you bust your ass finding deals, and then you get in there and you tear them apart, fix them back up, and sell them, and you sell them for a profit. That's a lot of work. That's my least favorite of all the ways to make money in real estate. I've done it. I don't like it. I'm not very good at it. Now, some people are really good at it, and I got friends that are really good at it, but I've seen them struggle. I've seen the downtimes between their houses, and I've just seen the tough end of that business. There's tough ends to all the businesses, but all the models here. But fix and flipping I think it's kind of a young man's game. It's a good way to enter the market and learn, but it is a grueling pace, and you are going to bust your ass. The tax rate's the highest you're going to find, because that's usually you're going to sell these properties within a year. If you don't have a property for at least a year, you're going to pay probably the highest tax rate you could pay. It's going to knock you into high tax brackets. So be prepared for that. Of course, you got single family rentals and lease options. Did a lot of those in the day, bought houses cheap, sold them on terms, and created cash flows. Really like that. I still have a bunch of those today. It takes a long time to get rich doing that. You're going to spend a lot of time building your portfolio up and getting those cash flows up, but it's very doable. And once again, it's a good way to enter the business. Moving down the line, multifamily, a lot of folks start off with single family and then move into the multifamily market or commercial space. Multifamily is a pretty cool market. It's a pretty cool way to invest money. It's a lot to learn. There's a lot of moving parts, especially if you're going to get into syndicating deals. Syndication is basically taking other people's money and getting a big group of people, crowdfunding, and taking $50,000 from 100 different people to go into a deal. And that's usually your equity in a deal. So a lot to learn, but there's, for all these things I mentioned, there are courses out there to learn them. So you just got to be willing to stroke a check, find the right people, make sure they're not, they're not scammers. They're going to rip you off. They got to get information and find your way. But multifamily, it's kind of team sport. If you're going to do syndications, it's good to get in with, a handful of guys. I got great partners for multifamily for my deals. Trident Multifamily. Look us up, tridentmultifamily.com. That's my company. Got some great partners there, 3 other partners. And these are big deals. We take down, 200, 300, 400 unit apartments complexes. So raising capital, finding the deals, working out the financing. It's very complex stuff, but it's more of a team sport. The transactions are larger. They take a longer time to close. They're harder to find, and they are longer hold times. A typical deal is 3 to 5 years. So, but the paydays are bigger. Once you get something going and you get a manager in there, it's pretty turnkey. It's pretty hands off. You can go find your next deal, and the paydays are bigger. They're into 6 figures most times. And so you might have to wait longer to get your money, but overall it's less work once you get it running, and you get big checks down the road. So self-storage, that's the one I don't do. I've never done self-storage, but I would like to. The difference between self-storage is lower maintenance. You don't have tenants in there. You got tenants, but they're not living in your property. You can hose out the units when you get done with them. The difference between self-storage and other commercial, especially multifamily, is self-storage is 99% owned by mom and pop owners. Yes, there's the huge owners, Extra Space and some of those huge owners, but for the most part, self-storage is owned by mom and pops. And so you can do marketing campaigns and pick those up usually at a better deal, and you can find value add deals to where mom and pop haven't taken good care of them, and you can put money into them and raise the rents and chase off the bad folks that aren't paying, and put value to those and make them more profitable. So that's the big difference between self-storage and multifamily. Someday I'll be able to speak with authority on self-storage, because I will buy self-storage. I have no doubt. Lending money, man. If you're older and you've got capital and you don't want to get your hands dirty, loaning money is really good. It's what I do. It took me a while to get there. I'm old as fuck. So when you get older and you have money sitting around, IRA money and whatever else loan deals you've done, you can loan it out and get a good interest rate. And basically you're getting in on other people's deals and you're the money guy. And so lending, I think lending is a great way to get into the business, especially if you have capital. Buying notes and mortgages. I mean, I've studied that. I've taken courses on it. I've bought some notes and mortgages. You basically find somebody that has owner financed a house, and you go out there and you advertise to these people that are holding notes on properties that they financed in the past. and you try to buy them for, a fraction of what the note value is. And that's how you create your return. And you buy a 8% note that's got $100,000 face value, but you buy it for 70,000. Well, now you've got that 8% is really a 12% return for you because you bought it cheaper than the face amount, if that makes sense to you. And that's all done through a financial calculator, HP12C. You can do the calculations. You learn how to do that in many courses. It's pretty cool. So if you're somebody that don't want to get your hands dirty, you want to be more on the paper side. There's really two sides of it: getting your hands dirty or doing more of the paper. Lending would be more of the paper. Buying notes and mortgages would be more of the paper. And so those are two good ways to do it without getting your hands dirty. Buying land, something I'm just getting into, is kind of like houses without having to get your hands dirty. You can do that in multiple states. Never have to see the land. You're just basically pushing paper is what you're doing. That is what really excites me right now, is buying land. And then commercial property, buying commercial property, retail centers, shopping strips, office space, stuff like that, which I don't have a ton of, I own stuff from other businesses, but I've never owned commercial property to lease out. But so if you're wanting to get into real estate, I think I might have if I've left anything out, let me know in the comments section, because I probably left several things out, but these are the biggies. These are the ones that probably occupy 90% of real estate investing. And like I said earlier, there's a course for every one of these. There's 100 courses for every one of these. Pick the course that makes sense to you, vet the people that are teaching the course, and then jump in with both feet. I just took a course on buying land. I think I spent 10 grand on the course, learned a lot, and doing my first mailing, but I've already got my on another course that's, I think, 15,000 more hands-on, which I might go to next. But I have no problem spending money in these areas. I spent several $1,000s learning the note and mortgage business, and don't even think I've got my money back out of that. But over the years, it's taught me how to create notes and mortgages to sell to other people, which when I do land, I'm going to be creating a lot of notes and mortgages. I think that'll help me out in the long run. So never be afraid to spend money to learn stuff that you might not use right away, but you'll have in your toolbox. That's really it, man. That's the different ways that you can invest in real estate. If you want to talk about this in further detail, hit me up. Rodney Miller, Hard Money Partner. If you need a loan for any of these, hit me up. I loan on all this kind of stuff: multifamily, self-storage, land. If you want to buy a note and mortgage, I'll help you with that. Hit me up if you want to talk about any of this stuff. If you need coaching, if you need any help, I don't do paid coaching, but if you ever need to ask a question about anything, I'm happy to help you out. I've been in this business since 2003. Call me if you need a loan, 405-204-1715, Rodney Miller, Hard Money Partner. Thanks for watching.